Diable Jambe, Diable Jambo, Diable Jambe. Wait, which one is correct? Well, judging by how it's spelled, the correct way to say this is Diable Jambe or Diable Jambe. But let's hear Sanji say it.
Diable Jambe.
Okay, Diable Jambe. What is it? How does it work? What is the strongest attack? And we'll cover all of that in this video. But first, let's talk about the literal meaning of the name Diable Jambe. Diable means devil in French, and Jambe means leg in French. A la Diables is a term used for spicy recipes in French cuisine and ties well into Oda stating that Sanji's heart burns hotter when asked why his flames doesn't affect him. The stance Sanji uses while using this technique is Muay Thai, which is a combat sport in Thailand and specializes in efficient full contact fighting, preferably kicking. So how does this happen? What is this technique? Well, honestly, it's just spinning. Well, at least at first. Diable Jambe occurs initially when Sanji heats up his leg by spinning until it spontaneously combusts. We first see Diable Jambe in chapter 415 and then after in episode 298 of the One Piece anime. This is used against Jabura in a fight in which Sanji mostly had the upper hand. But due to Jabura using Tekkai Kenpo, which is a custom Rokushiki technique in which Jabura can use Tekkai while moving. Jabura is the only CP9 member who could do this, and this is also a full fighting style with different variations. But I digress. Jabura using Tekkai took many hits from Sanji, however Sanji could not finish him off due to lack of power, so then he proceeded to use Diable Jambe. There are several hints within the chapter of him fighting Jabura that emotion is the trigger for this technique. The first is the mention of Sanji's emotional state, in which Jabura says that unnecessary emotional doubt is the quickest way to show openings in battle. Sanji then follows up and says, "Watch your mouth, I'm someone who is heated up by anger." So these are two instances where emotion is referenced, and 2 pages later, Sanji does the technique for the first time. Okay, so now the huge question is whether or not this is Haki. And this has been a question for a long time, and I'll tell you what I think at the end, but I will lay out all the evidence I came across, so you can try to put the pieces together in the meantime, alright? So, first let's lay out what Haki is, as stated by Real. Haki is a power that lies dormant in all the world's creatures, presence, fighting spirit, and intimidation. Pay attention to fighting spirit. When translated into English, this means either drive, spirit, vigor. Some translations have even mentioned ambition. We'll use ambition today. Ambition goes on to mean a strong desire to achieve something. Diable Jambe was used based on the emotion of Sanji wanting to save Nico Robin. I know I'm going really deep right now, but this is needed to flesh out this technique and the basis of it to kind of figure out exactly what it is. The main argument against this point is that we had not seen any hints of Haki from Sanji or anyone really pre-time skip. Well, what if I told you we literally saw hints of such in the chapter before? In chapter 414, Jabura comes out of nowhere to hit Sanji with a just Shigan, which is his custom Shigan technique, and Sanji proceeds to casually dodge it easier than any of Jabura's attacks the whole entire fight. This could be an instance of Kamiye, but Haki seems more likely. Therefore, this is established that emotion is the trigger for Sanji's powers. Diable Jambe can be categorized as dormant Haki pre-time skip, so how is Sanji able to use it? Well, this is mostly due to the recent revelations of his Lineage Factor. For those who don't remember, the Lineage Factor is a blueprint of life itself, present in all organisms, discovered by a team led by Vegapunk and Big Daddy Vinsmoke. Shout out to Mugiwara Matt B. So these lineage factors were applied to the 4 Vinsmoke brothers to modify them to become superhuman. However, Sanji's mother took some special medication, which in turn left Sanji as the only brother that was not modified and retained his emotions. The other 3 developed an exoskeleton, which gave them increased healing, strength, and resilience at the cost of their emotions. Now for Sanji, these modifications were apparently nullified, but due to the information we have, one can concur that the same emotion that Judge wanted to rid his son of is the actual catalyst for his special powers, i.e. Diable Jambe. This is why Sanji is able to use these powers when he is emotionally charged and is a dormant form due to the spin being necessary in addition to emotions. We then fast forward to the time skip, and at the realization of Luffy's turmoil, Sanji then committed to becoming stronger for his captain, and this is reflected in his technique. Diable Jambe post time skip is noticeably brighter and better. He can now use Diable Jambe without a dependency of spinning and can also ignite both feet. Hao's memories is also used, again with his emotions as the catalyst, to ignite his full body and engulf the target in flames. Sanji's ambition being that much greater, so therefore his flames are brighter his technique is better and much more powerful. With the explanations laid out, is this Haki? Well, let's hear the other side, which is soul manipulation, and that both Sanji and Zoro are benefiting from the fact that they follow a D and have inherited the will of their captain to manifest their powers. This is similar to Magi if you've seen it, in terms of being a king's vessel and you gain powers due to association. I disagree with that and in fact believe that this is inherited will manifested as Haki and also representation of their soul and who they are, which is in all instances fighting spirit. I do believe these latent abilities exist in everyone, and we have seen that from Brook to a greater degree though. In a fight with Big Mom, just as Brook was able to hurt Prometheus, Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy would be able to hurt them to a greater degree due to having unlocked their latent abilities, which would be infused with Haki. Furthermore, Diable Jambe is a representation of who Sanji is and also a manifestation of his soul and latent color of armament, which were amplified by his dormant Lineage Factor. Got that? Okay, Zoro's is a bit more complex, but maybe I'll tackle that next. Let me know your thoughts. Did my explanation suffice? Or are you of the opinion that this is indeed just soul manipulation? Leave your thoughts in the comment section, like the video, and subscribe for more content like this. Also, leave recommendations for another explained video. We out.